Summer's just about over, but theme parks are celebrating spooky season already. On this episode, we talk about some haunted attractions that are happening now. So let's go, it's spooky. Welcome to ParkgoersGo! Even though it's August, this is already the first Halloween-themed episode! I'm your host, Dustin.
I'm Logan.
And I'm Nate.
And like I said, this is ParkgoersGo, your go-to podcast for all things theme parks. And because theme parks start celebrating Halloween all the way in August...
So do we!
Yeah! So, we're going to go through the different theme parks that celebrate Halloween events, and then talk a little bit about what to expect. I'm going to be going over the Busch Gardens and Seaworld spooky events.
I'm doing Halloween Horror Nights! Universal!
Okay, there we go. And I'll be doing the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in Magic Kingdom in Orlando, and honorable mention to Oogie Boogie Bash in California's Disney California Adventure.
But before we hop into that, let's talk about the other amusement parks and theme park offerings that they have across the country. At Six Flags locations, they have Kids Boo Fest and Fright Fest. At Cedar Fair locations, they have Hallow Weekends. So it's like Halloween and weekends put together. At King's Dominion and Kings Island, they have Tricks and Treats Fall Fest and also Halloween Haunt. At Knott's Berry Farm, they have Not Scary Farm. At Hershey Park, they have Hershey Park Halloween and Dark Nights. At Dollywood, they just have Harvest Festival, so nothing really Halloween-y themed. At Dutch Wonderland, they have Happy Haunting. At Sesame Place, they have The Count's Halloween Spooktacular. At Carowinds, they have Scarowinds. And at Legoland, they have Brick or Treat instead of Trick or Treat, so that's kind of clever and cute. For more information about those, please visit their websites. But for this episode, we are going to be covering the big three, well, four-ish. So let's hop to it. Like I said, I'm going to be talking about SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, but there is a lot to cover. So brace yourself. I'm going to try and shoot right through it. When it comes to these theme parks, there's actually split into two different parts, right? You have the kid events that normally happen during the day, but then you have the scary events that happen in the evening. Yes! And the scary events are called Hallow Scream. Yes. So let's start with Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, shall we? Oh, in Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, we have for children Halloween Spooktacular. Look at all these playing with words. This is going to be Saturdays and Sundays between September 21st and November 3rd. They're typically going to be from 10 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon, and it's included with the ticket! Yay! According to Busch Gardens' website, celebrate not too spooky daytime family fun at Busch Gardens Halloween Spooktacular in festively decorated Sesame Street Forest of Fun. Kids ages 9 and under are invited to dress up in their favorite costumes and join the Halloween fun, including exciting family-friendly rides, our haunted maze, a Halloween-themed scavenger hunt, and our costume parade. They also have a couple new shows, too, that star the Sesame Street characters dressed up in their costumes. So that's always fun. I do want to clarify that when they celebrate a lot of these events, a decent amount of it is in the actual land of Sesame Street. But if you go all the way back to where the bathrooms are, they do open a backstage area that they have all decorated. That's where all the fun crafts and events and dance party stuff is. Because my wife and I went for kids weekend and we stumbled upon this area and there was nobody in there. And it was it was kind of sad. So check that out. All right, now moving on to the spooky ones, the ones that are for older kids or adults that include some scary stuff. The Howl O Scream section. which includes your haunted houses and what they call territories. You get it? Like territories, but terror.
Ah, love it.
And it's trademarked, so you know it's theirs. So as of this recording, it looks like none of the houses have been announced except for one. Werewolves, the Wolf's Revenge. Woo! Yeah, woo! The description is, after years of silence, a creature long thought extinct from memory has resurfaced. The accounts are all the same. Something more than human, more than animal is lurking in the forest. A causeway of carnage has led stout-hearted hunters to the lair of the lichen. These brave souls successfully captured the creature, terrorizing the forest, and they brought it to their confinement facility in order to identify what it is and where it came from. But the hunters have quickly become the hunted, as this age-old entity from storybooks has broken through the chains and has been unleashed on the hapless humans trapped in the facility. That was pretty long.
That was very long.
Yeah, but that sounds interesting. So we have a werewolf that has been captured, brought to a facility, and now has broken free.
Well, you summed that up pretty quick.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that one does sound interesting. It sounds actually pretty not too original, but I would love to see what they bring to it to make it more original. When it comes to the territories, it looks like we have 3 new ones and 3 returning ones. The 3 new ones are the Bavarian Bloodshed. This once merry Bavarian village has become a hunting ground where beer hall laughter has been replaced by snarls and screams. Mangled villagers stagger through the fog. Half humans? Oh, some half human. The others fully claimed by the curse. Oh, and then it says the Big Bad Wolf is no longer a story. It's a nightmare you can't outrun. So it's the Big Bad Wolf. Okay, gotcha. All right. They buried the lead on that one. They saved it to the end. But, you know, that's pretty cool.
Gotta keep you guessing.
Yeah, I guess. The next one is the Disgrotesque. So it's like disco and grotesque. It says step into Disgrotesque, a twisted new territory where demonic glamour meets infernal nightlife. Ooh. Disco ball eyes gleam from towering skulls as the mistress of mayhem presides over the the haunting haze of lights, music, and madness. This chaotic cabaret-inspired fever dream turns the France village into a grotesque celebration you won't soon forget. This is screaming to me a mixture of, I guess, disco and rock. So I guess more like glam rock with a little more heavy onto heavy metal. So,
let's go heavy on the glam.
And also, just a reminder, Busch Gardens Williamsburg is actually split up similar to Epcot, where they have different lands, which are actually different countries. So this kind of makes sense. This checks out. Next one is Wicked Wonderland. No, not that wicked. Enter Wicked Wonderland, a chilling new territory. Oh, they start all of them like that. Where holiday cheer curdles into festive fear. In this twisted alpine village, garlands rot, snowmen sneer, and the shadow of
I feel like
Krampus.
you're saying this a little too happy.
And the shadow of Krampus looms large. Nestled in the heart of Germany, it's a wintry nightmare you won't soon escape. So that's cool. We get Krampus and then some, it looks like scary snowmen. So that could be fun. I like the holiday twists when they have those sinister ones. Then we have Street Stalkers, which is a one that is returning, which I guess there's a France and there's a new France when it comes to Busch Gardens Williamsburg. And it just says it transforms into a nightmarish realm. Townsfolk barricade themselves into their homes. That's another common theme I see. While sinister scarecrows stalk the deserted streets, hunting for their next victim. Ooh. So that one has scarecrows. So we got Krampus, we got Scarecrow, and we got 2 wolves and a discotheque. All right, now we're going to move over to England. Can we guess what the theme for England is with scary stuff? Ooh.
Fish and chips.
I'm guessing it's Jacques.
Who?
Jacques the Ripper.
The Ripper.
Yeah, it's Ripper Row. Yay. So that one's returning. It says, don't wander the streets of Whitechapel after dark. You never know who you might run into. Murder, mayhem, and mistaken identities abound in the back alleys of this English town. Ooh, scary. And then the last one returning is Fest Evil. Ha! You get it? I just got that while I was reading it.
They love the puns.
Yeah, Fest Evil. This one is the spirits of the swamp spill into the streets. Lured. How do you say it? Lured or lured by the echoes of excitement during a marvelous Mardi party. I guess Mardi Gras. Yeah, it looks like Mardi Gras from the picture.
They're all over the place.
Yeah, but watch out! These frightening forces have been corrupted by an evil spirit. So those are the territories and the one house that we have announced so far. And the best part about this one is that it's included with park admission! All right, so that's enough about Williamsburg. Let's bounce all the way down to Tampa. Whoa! All right, so now we're in Tampa, Florida. We were in Williamsburg, Virginia, just in case nobody knows where Williamsburg is. But now in Tampa, we have the Halloween Harvest. Ooh,
Wow.
They celebrate this on Saturdays and Sundays from September 4th to October 27th. And this one varies depending on which event you do, but it is also included with the ticket. Yay! And when I say it also varies with the event you want to do, there's actually two events here. One of them is going to be the Sesame Street Halloween, which is celebrated in the Sesame Street Safari of Fun section of the park. And that one actually celebrates October 5th through 27th and on Halloween, which is going to be a Thursday. So instead of Saturday, Sunday, that one's actually on a Thursday. So that one, the celebration's a little bit shorter and just around October. And that one is from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. So only 4 hours. This is an area that your kids can go to dressed up as their characters. And I didn't mention it in the Williamsburg one, but all of these also have treat trails. So if your kids like candy, have them dress up and then go to each one of these treat trails to get some a little bag full of candy. So that's for the Sesame Street one, but they also have another celebration in the Festival Walkway, which is called Candy's Sweet-tacular Celebration. Now, Candy is spelled with a K because Candy is actually a character. She's a witch in training, which is what they call her, which is kind of cute. And this one is on September 7th to October 27th and also Halloween. And that one also meets 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Judging from the videos and the photos, this seems like a lot of fun. Very cute stuff, definitely not scary, and you get to see some of your favorite Sesame Street characters dressed up. Moving on to the scary adult stuff, we do have some announced. Yes, we have a returning favorite, which is Stranglewood Estate. Once a hub for lavish parties, Stranglewood Estate now echoes with the whispers of its dark past. Madam Stranglewood, fantastic name, a beloved socialite with a hidden penchant for cruelty, ruled this town with an iron fist. She lured unexpected servants into a secret room in the basement where she ended their lives, Jesus, and trapping their souls in eternal torment. Yeah, no, that's, I don't know, the wording for that just seems a lot darker than what I think it was going for. But, so there's one of them. Another returning one is Shadows of Wonderland, which is, Alice in Wonderland inspired. Shadows of Wonderland. Wonderland. Let's see. This warped dreamscape has come from years of torment under the evil queen's reign of terror. Once playful characters have now become bitter shadows. Their anger fueled by Alice's abandonment. So this is like Narnia if they left and came back and it all went to pot. That actually sounds pretty interesting. Let's see, another returning favorite. Actually, hold on. All the ones that have been announced have been returning. So that's fun. So I guess I could stop saying returning favorites. But the next two are returning favorites. It is D.H. Bagham's Circus of Fear.
Ooh, love a good circus one.
I know, right? That's, once again, it's been done, so I would love to see if how the original they make it. But step right up to the most horrifying spectacle ever witnessed. D.H. Bagham's, which I'm guessing is a playoff of, H.P. Barnum? Not H.P.
Who?
Hugh Jackman in the circus movie. Let's see. D.H. Bagham's collection of grotesque creatures will chill you to the bone. Beware, for the midway is a hunting ground. Another hunting ground. Jeez. Villagers and hunting grounds are really big. Let's see. And then he stalks unexpecting people and snatches them away for his sinister purposes. Okay. So it looks more like a freak show kind of thing than it is a circus. But that could be interesting. And the last one announced as of recording is, once again, a returning Raven's Mill, Lambs to the Slaughter. Raven's Mill was once the heartbeat of the region, where farmers worked the land and the fields fed the town. Aw, what an economy. But when the crops began to fail, the workers vanished. Probably looking for new jobs. The soil turned cold and something else rose in their place. Scarecrows appeared. More scarecrows. In great numbers, even more scarecrows. Stuffed with remnants of those who went missing. Ew. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. No one knows who made the first one, and now they make themselves. Ooh, that's kind of creepy. Eyes watch from stitched sockets. Ugh, God. Ugh, this one just gives me chills. Just reading it. The ritual continues without rest. Each new body is a piece of the design. Each step forward brings you closer to becoming part of it. Raven's Mill doesn't need crops anymore. It grows something else. That one sounds interesting. But anyways, they say that there are some more coming soon or to be announced. So, here's hoping. Oh, and this one, they don't have territories. They just have scare zones. And one of them, or the first one, Sawgrass Slaughter, Legend of the Skunk Ape. Ooh. If you don't know what the skunk ape is, it is similar to Bigfoot. The second one is Ragnar's Wrath, which is it's about Vikings, so that's pretty interesting. Then it's the Pestilence. Does that sound right?
Sounds right.
I think so.
The world moved on, the sickness faded, but in this town, the plague never ended. The mob doctors in black coats and masks choose who lives and who dies. Okay. So if this is like an old-timey thing, then I feel like we've seen it before, especially with the plague masks and like boils and stuff. But if they're talking about mob doctors as in like like the mafia mob, this could be interesting. The mafia having the plague. Anyways, moving on. And it looks like there are two more to be announced for that one. And the scariest part about this one in Tampa is that it's a separate ticket. So it's not included with the normal admission. And yeah, that's Busch Gardens, Tampa. All right, now let's go right down the street to Orlando, where we have the SeaWorld's Halloween events. Is that a dolphin sound?
Yep.
Okay. This one is called Halloween Spooktacular. And it says SeaWorld Spooktacular is back with fun surprises, candy, costumes, and more. Kids love trick-or-treating.
They do.
During this daytime event, as they explore our decorated trails and meet colorful characters. Ooh, wow. Oh, that's cute. So it looks like here they actually have a Sesame Street Halloween parade, which is fun. And they also have Halloween story time with Big Bird.
Ooh.
Does any of this stuff sound fun so far?
No! The Big Bird thing sounds cool.
Yeah, it does sound cool. I agree. All right, moving on to Hallow Scream for all us older kids. And believe it or not, this seems like it has everything listed. So it looks like everything has been announced here. So that's good.
Love that.
I know. So for this one, we got all new Widow's Nest. Enter a decaying Victorian orphanage. Okay. That's new to the lineup. Shrouded in cobwebs and secrets, once a renowned seamstress, the Black Widow now lurks in the ruins with her twisted sanctuary, transformed into something far more sinister. Driven mad by grief and obsession, she spins her creations from silk and bone. Ew. Stitching together a web of terror that traps all who dare to enter. As shadows slither and whispers echo through the halls, you'll soon realize the nest isn't abandoned, just waiting. Interesting. She runs an orphanage, and she's a widow. Okay. Interesting. The next one that is new is the Rave Yard. And this isn't even a scare zone. This is one of the houses. So, buried deep in the shadows of the forgotten cemetery, a sinister underground rave pulses with life, or rather unlife, as the bass reverberates through crumbling tombstones and mausoleums glow with neon lights. The dead rise with one purpose: to party forever.
Oh, God.
The music never stops. The dead never rest. And if you're not careful, you'll be dancing with the damned for eternity. This one sounds like it could be fun.
You just didn't think any of the other ones sound like they could be fun?
The other ones sound interesting, but that one sounds like it could be like fun. Moving on. Yeah, another new one is the Collector's Curse. Step inside a lavish estate turned house of horrors where a mysterious host known as the Collector lures, I think I did it right that time, guests with rare relics and antique artifacts. But this estate sale hides a sinister secret, one that pulls you deep into a twisted underground world of cursed creations and monstrous mutation. That one sounds pretty cool. I mean, I feel like that could have like a steampunky vibe to it. I also get the vibe of, you remember that episode of Rick and Morty of that one, the devil owns a cursed trinket shop?
Yeah, love that one.
So the next one, returning, Logan and Nathaniel, you might remember this one, Farm 51. It's the cow one.
Oh, yes, I do. I do remember
the cow farm.
What did I say?
I just brought up that it was a farm, and then while we were talking, you're like, I'm excited for the cow one. I'm like, what's the cow one? The one with the cow farm. Yeah, it's saying returning. So I'm not going to delve too deep into that. But it's a farm with aliens. So as you can get from Farm 51, I feel like you can make that connection. But it sounds cool. I actually really like that concept. So
I'm sure there's cows.
I'm sure there are cows too. And the last one is another returning favorite that I remember talking about last year, which was Water's Edge Wellness Center, which has to do with a wellness center that looks like it has been compromised. It's supposed to be rejuvenating kind of thing, but I guess it makes... it says the line between the living and the dead are blurred, so that could be interesting. And then the scare zones for that one, I love how they trademarked the term terror, Tories, but they only used it in Williamsburg. But the scare zones for this one are echoes in the glass. It says, the maze has been forgotten, but the screams have not. Beneath the layer of dust and shattered reflections lies a maze of mirrors that should never have been built. Oh, that's interesting. Each panel a portal which twist a trap. Huh, that gives me more of a house vibe than it does a scare zone, but that sounds pretty cool. The next one is going to be Ashes of the Forgotten. It says, where smoke rises, havoc reigns. Ooh. Among the blackened bones of this abandoned scrapyard's cool, shadows flicker with the whispers of the nightmare citizens, disfigured souls who clawed their way out of ruin and now serve their one master, Havoc. Oh, Havoc has popped up. Hold on. Where did I see Havoc? Havoc, where are you? Introducing Havoc, the face of... Okay, so Havoc is apparently a character this year that's new. That is the face of fear. He emerged from the ashes, not as a man, but as Hell's ambassador. to the living. A punisher, a seducer, ooh, a breaker of souls. The sirens once held him in check. Oh, the sirens. I don't know if you guys remember, but I think in the past they had something with the sirens. They once held him in check, binding him to the shadows, but now they're gone. They booted him. They're like, you didn't do that great. Let's get rid of you guys. And he's free to unleash the full fury of both the dead and the damned. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, and his goal, to turn pain into pleasure. What? Chaos into worship and fear into fuel. I'm getting some Hellraiser vibes from this guy. Not from the site, but just from what we're hearing. Mm-hmm. So interesting. We'll see if he comes back or if he gets the boot like the sirens. Another new one is going to be Wood Rot Hollow. Deep in the heart of the festering swamp lies Wood Rot Hollow. I kind of like that name, Wood Rot Hollow. A place where the trees weep sap like blood. What?
Ugh.
Oh, I see. Weep sap like blood, not like weep sap like
sticky.
Oh boy. I feel like there should be a dash there, but anyways. And the ground oozes with decay. Okay, interesting. That was an interesting sentence. Locals, okay, villagers, I'm guessing, whisper of a creature made of mud, moss, and rage. That's kind of cool, like Swamp Thing. Protecting its home from anyone who wanders too far off the trail. Step off, and you might find yourself face to face with a twisted swamp dweller. I mean, is that scary? You should stay on the trail. Guys, if you're going to be doing this one, stay on the trail, you'll be fine. Or else you'll find trees that weep sap like they weep blood, is how I read that sentence. But anyways, the next one is a returning favorite, which is the Blood Light District. Okay, little raunchy, but step into the seductive shadows. There it is again. Oh, I bet you, what's-his-face shows up. Where temptation drips from every corner. And danger hides behind every alluring glance. Beneath the glow of crimson light, vampires. Oh, I think that's the first talk of vampires throughout this whole thing. So that's pretty cool. Vampires prowl the cobblestone streets. I like that. Luring victims with irresistible charm and a thirst that can't be quenched. Okay. Oh, and then at the end it says, in this sultry scare zone, beauty is a trap. And you're walking straight into it. Interesting. And then here's another returning favorite that I don't recall. It's called Cannibal Harbor. It says, welcome back to Cannibal Harbor. Never been there before, but welcome back to it. A decaying port where the fog never lifts. And neither does the hunger. Twisted by a dark curse, another curse. The fishermen, oh, I like that, here no longer haul fish. They hunt the living. Okay, another hunting ground. Dare to wander these haunted docks. But be warned, in Cannibal Harbor, you're either the predator or the prey. So that's cool. And then it says there's a new one that is going to be announced soon. And like the Tampa location, it looks like this one is not included with admission or general admission. So it looks like it's going to be a separate ticket. So Florida has you paying extra for a little bit of holiday fun. Now, if you guys are thinking about going to one of these locations to do either the scary or the not so scary stuff, I shouldn't say that. Whether you're going to do the Hollow Scream or the more kid-friendly stuff, make sure you visit their websites so that you can see all their offerings. And if they do announce new scare zones or houses, you'll be able to see them there. So, yeah, check them out. Sounds like a lot of fun. Woo! All right, and that's it for part 1 of Haunted Events. Next week, we are going to talk about Disney and Universal as promised. But until then, you guys have a spooky time and a good week, and we'll see you at the parks. Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Parkgoers Go. Catch our new episodes every Wednesday and catch up on our old episodes on Spotify. For any updates and new information about the theme parks or the podcast, follow us on Instagram at ParkgoersGo or visit our website at www.parkgoersgo.com. This episode was produced by Logan, Nathaniel, and Dustin, and edited by me, Dustin. Our theme song was created by John Riedel. You can follow Logan Nathaniel's theme park adventures on Instagram at Parkgoers. You can follow me at Mr. Parkgoer. If you'd like to reach out to us, visit our website and send a comment or a compliment or a critique, but not so much the critique. And until then, see you in the parks.